So then I get a call from Edison, okay, and I'm like, okay, he's calling me. So, also before I was at the nail appointment, I texted Edison asking if he could come grab Sock for me and then take him back to his place because I didn't have time anymore to take Sock to his place first. So, because Andy was gonna take care of Sock and Andy and Jason, his roommates. So anyways, sorry. Okay, so I'm on the way back, rushing home to get to the airport, and Edison calls me and he said, Leslie? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, Leslie. And I was like, what's wrong? Like, you can hear when it's like someone's freaking out. He was freaking out. And I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, Sock's missing. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, Sock's missing right now. And I was like, what do you mean? Tell me context, what happened? And he said, like, I went to pick him up from your place and I didn't find your carrier. So I figured I could just take him into the car and then carry him, into my apartment. And I was like, okay. And then he's like, well, when I got to my place and I opened the car door, he jumped out of the car and like skidded under a car. And so then I went to look for him and I couldn't find him. And I've been looking like under every single car for like 20 minutes. And I didn't want to call you because I know you have a flight and I didn't want to stress you out, but like, I can't find him. And I was like, oh God, don't panic. Okay, I'm coming. And he's like, how fast? I'll be there in 5 minutes. So I was like driving, like flying back, like almost crashed into a car. I was like, I can't. And I was thinking, oh my God, imagine Sock's gone, car crash, everything is like, so I was zooming. Sorry, I was hearing XQC's voice in my head. Dog died, cat died. Sorry. So flying back, I park and Edison lets me in through the side and he's like, okay, we're in this parking garage, and he said he's like been watching the exit of it and there's only like one exit out. So he's like, I'm 100% sure Sock is in here. I just don't know where because there's like 25 cars in here. He could have gone anywhere, and he said he's been looking under all the cars, all this stuff, and then he said he's been watching the exit and talking to every single person that's like come in and out, and they've all not seen him or he's not run out there. So I'm like, okay. So I start like looking, and then Edison tells me something that terrifies me. He's like, I've been under these cars and I realized like he could be in the engines of the cars, and apparently like cats actually really like to hide in car engines because it's like warm, and like a lot of stray cats are in car engines. I didn't know that. And so he was like, he's probably in an engine like of a car. And I was like, what? So I went from like, oh yeah, we'll find him, to like, oh God, I've lost my cat. Like this is it. It's over. Sock is gone. And so I was freaking out about Sock. And sorry, are my frames okay? I see them going to like 3,000. I just want to make sure everything's okay before, like, sorry. Okay. Spoiler alert, we found him, okay? So just in case. So I got the end of this. Yeah, so Sock's missing and we never found him. Went to Vegas anyway. Yeah, whatever. Okay. So, anyway, so I realize he might be under the engine. I'm freaking out. Edison's freaking out. Someone comes down the elevators and Edison's like, hey, excuse me, our cat is missing, and like if you could please, like when you get into your car, turn on the car and just wait for 10 seconds so we can make sure he's not gonna jump out or anything. Please, I'm so sorry. And they're like, yeah, no, that's totally fine. Everyone was so nice and like, do you need help? I'm like, no, it's okay, like we'll find him. Go about your day. But like they all they really didn't need to spoil it. Of course we found Sock. I don't know if you're serious, but of course we found my cat. Bruh. Okay. Anyway, so it was under. So the lady would turn her car on, and Edison would like kind of like. Anyway, so in and out, people are coming in, and I'm starting to panic because it's like, like my cat's gone, and I'm freaking out, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, what if Sock is in an engine? What if he's sitting in an engine and one of the ladies drove off? What if he's still in the engine? She drives off with our cat in her engine. Like, I was literally like, oh God. I'm like making sure he's not there. Just like, and I had just read this story about this guy who like got stuck in a cave, like years ago, like climbing, and he died inside of a cave because he couldn't breathe and all this stuff. So I was thinking, oh my God, what if Sock went too far into an engine and then like he's stuck in the engine? So I kind of started to cry. I was like, God, Sock. I was trying not to freak Edison out. Like, I was crying, but he was freaking out. And Edison was like under every single car. His entire shirt was just black, and he was like under every car with a flashlight. And then I was like, he's like, you should cry out for him. You should like yell. You should call his name. I was like, yeah, you're right. So I was like, Socko, and we hear a meow. I'm like, meow. And it was like his janky meow. And I was like, oh my God, I heard him meow. And 100% I heard him meow. And I couldn't figure out where I heard it from, but we heard it. And it was, you know, you just know it's your cat, right? So I was like looking, and I was like, I think it was from this side because Edison was on the other side of the garage and he didn't hear anything. So I was like, it's over here. So I kept looking and looking, couldn't find anything. So this is like, you know, I started to think that I imagined his meow because it'd been like maybe 10 minutes of us just looking around the area I thought I heard it from. 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes, another person comes in the garage. I'm watching the exit. Edison's like talking to them and telling them to be really careful when they park. And they're like, yeah, don't worry. I'm like, so just watching everything. And I start to feel like really stressed out because I'm like, oh gosh, okay. I'm like telling the group, hey, I'm going to miss my flight. I'm not going to make it to Vegas maybe because I need to find my cat. And if I can't find my cat, I'm not going to come to Vegas. Edison's like, dude, I'm so sorry. Maybe you miss your flight, maybe miss the trip. And I was like, don't worry. We're going to find him. So maybe like another 15 minutes pass, and we're like pretty much like feel like giving up because we had been under every single car, looked everywhere, and in like this little room, just every corner of the garage, we like started from every car, and like Edison got under every car he could, looked through the engine. We were like tapping with like trying to scare him out with like a stick. And so I was like sitting there just like kind of crying, like panicked and alone, just like, yeah, he's gone, Sock's gone, and I don't know what to do. And I was like looking up like, you know, places I could call to report him missing and putting up like, how can I time to put up flyers for Sock. And like, I was just like, damn, what to do when your cat goes missing. And anyway, as I'm sitting there giving up, I hear his lick. He's licking his lips. I hear the lick. And I was like, I know that sound anywhere, right? I whip my eyes like to the direction, and I see a car wheel, and then I see a tail like around the wheel, and I follow the tail up, and in between those car rim things, I make dead eye contact with him. 2 eyes just like peeping behind the tire, okay? Peeping behind the tire. I have a photo of this. All right? Oh my God. Where is this photo? It's a really scuffed photo. I could barely see him, but a photo is a photo. Actually, I'm not sure if this photo is good. Let me see. Oh my God. Help! Oh, bruh. Please. Thank you, mods. You guys are the best. Okay. Okay. Let me find this photo. Hold on. Okay. I think Edison sent it to me. Okay. So. Oh my God, honey. It's so sad. Can you see? Honey, he was in the tire. He's in the tire of the car. I wanted to cry. I was like, oh my gosh. I don't know how he got up there in the tire, like on tire. It was so, like, I don't know how he did it. So I was like, Sock. I was like, Edison, I found him. And he's like, what? And I was like, I found Tim. And I was trying to like, you know, I could get my arm up in there, but like I couldn't pull him out. It was like too tight of a space. And I realized like he started like he couldn't figure out how to go forward or backwards because it was like he was just in this cramped space on the tire. And I was like, oh my God, I was trying to get him in, like my hands were just like black from trying to grab him. And eventually we got some like wet food, and then like he was darting, like following the food, and then I put it behind him, and like, I don't know, food really motivated him, and he like figured it out, and he went and jumped underneath and got out to find the wet food, and then I snatched him from under and I held him, and he was freaking out. He was so stressed, and like he was like clawing at me everywhere. In essence, like, give him to me. I deserve all the claws. Just let him scratch me. I was like, are you sure? He's like, I deserve it. I lost him. I was like, no. And then his sock was like, and then we brought him in, and man, poor boy. Can you see? Oh, dirty. Look how dirty he was. He was all covered in dirt. Saku, where are you, honey? Saku! I gave him a good bath. Anyway, so yeah, it was all brown and dirty, and meowing just nonstop, and I was so stressed. And then, but we found him, and I like, oh gosh, I never thought I'd be in that situation. I was just running around a parking garage, like under all the cars. And so then I'm sitting at Edison's place, just kind of like holding Sock. And then I look and I'm like, okay, I think obviously like, so for my flight, I was taking into account packing, right? So I looked at the time of my flight and I realized like technically I could still make my flight if I really tried, and I didn't wear any makeup, and I didn't and I just threw everything into a bag and ran, right? So then I was like, Edison, I think I can make my flight. And he's like, really? Because I looked at booking the same day flight and it was $500, okay? $500. So I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I was like, I'm not going to book a flight. I'm not going to drive. I don't know. So I was like, I'm going to make this flight. So then I drive back here, zoom, I go into my suitcase and I throw everything I can find just into a bag. And I was like, I don't even care. I'm like, I'll just wear I have a mask on. No one's going to be able to see what I look like, right? I was like, even though I was like, I'm going to be meeting everybody today like, for the first time, I'm going to look hella scuffed, but I don't care.